13-year-old, 95-pound shepherd wolf boy. He's starting to lose his hearing, and he just naturally follows my hand. So if I clap, he can hear, and once I get his attention, it's naturally in the relationship. So that's something I really recommend to people, to set that up, and also little ways of sort of guiding them. I'll sort of slide my hand, so as if they were going to go blind, if you slide your hand along their face, and so that they get used to sort of allowing you to guide their head.
Right.
But here's the other thing, Sally, particularly with the eyesight, Magic, who lived to be 20 years old, he couldn't hear very well when I got the beamer. His hearing did start coming back, and he always had his eyesight.
Well, you know, it's true. My sister has had dogs come to her that had such bad yeast problems and ear infections that they were pretty much deaf. And with a better diet and some other care, laser and things, acupuncture, they were able to regain some of their senses. So we don't all have to end up that way when we're seniors. And it certainly is. What you spoke to is really important, that relationship you have with the dog. And I know that you know our guest, Suzanne Clothier, who is also a Tellington TTouch practitioner. And like so many of us, the spark was ignited by Linda Tellington, and then she went off to talk about relationship-centered training with dogs. And like you said, if they have a health problem, or they can't hear or they can't see, keeping that gentle relationship you have with them can make all the difference. And Suzanne is just brilliant. We are so lucky that she is still traveling and teaching. And have you ever met her? Have you read her books, Helena?
I really don't think so, Sally.
Well, you certainly have read Bones Will Rain from the Sky.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? You must get it. You know, I talked to her about this because Bones Will Rain from the Sky is her book, and it is about her work with dogs, and it came out in the early 2000s, and that was way ahead of its time. And people now really, really want the information that's in that book. It is about developing relationships with your dogs. It's written in a little bit of the way some of the James Herriot books were, so that she's got a little kind of case study or example of a dog that comes to her house with a particular type of person who has been to every trainer, and the dog still has this problem. And then Suzanne's keen observation is also part of the story, saying, yes, I noticed the dog was here and moving here and didn't do this and did do that and circled this way. And, you know, it was pretty clear to you as the reader, through Suzanne's eyes, what kinds of things that dog needed and wasn't getting with some of the other training methods that the person had explored. And it's just such a brilliant book. It is coming out in a new edition she's been working on for a couple of years now. But it's such a treasure to have her. And she still travels and speaks. She lives out in New York State, and she works with German Shepherds. But, you know, so many of us have our dogs because we want a relationship with them. Yeah. And, you know, she really honors that. None of us want to hit our dogs or yell at them, and certainly our dogs don't want us to do that. And so much of working with animals is just trying to find a way to communicate with them so that they know what we want and understand ourselves what we're asking them and if it's reasonable. And
oh, yeah, I'm going to have to read that book. I thought maybe it was about feeding a raw diet, but it sounds like it's...
I know, because of the bones, and there's that other book, Give Your Dog a Bone by Ian Billinghurst, but Bones Will Rain from the Sky is really just the most... It's deepening our relationships with dogs. So it's that idea of plenty. And it gets back to the same thing that I saw in my interview with Karen Tyndall. Karen, I just love. She lives in upstate New York near me, and she has been very successful showing corgis and border collies and Aussies in agility, a little bit in rally, and her real forte is dog dancing, known as dog freestyle, and she is just so diligent at working with her dogs and trying to promote the sport of dog dancing. And she's done, I saw her do a brilliant dance with her dog Winston, who looked like my dog Winston, when her dog Winston was in a cart, and she used the music Low Rider, and he was having such a good time weaving around her legs and backing up, and so much of dog dancing are a lot of tricks, and when your dog's paralyzed in the hind end, he can't do those things. But it's just such a joy to see the relationship she has with her dogs, and I was just so delighted to have her on our show. And in fact, she has started a new class right now. If people are interested, they can find her on Facebook, Karen, Caryn Tindall, Tindall, or no, one L, Tyndall. And they can talk to her through Facebook because she doesn't have a website, and learn more about the dog dancing program. And I don't know if you've ever thought of dancing with your dog, Helena, but I sure do love it.
Oh, yeah. I've done all kinds of fun things with them, nothing really officially, but that relationship is such a delight.
Yeah, it's so much fun to move with them and to have them go between your legs. And she, in the class I took with her recently, was teaching them how to take hand signals from your feet, so that if you lifted your foot in the air and turned your leg a certain way, the dog would circle or do something, so that it makes it part of the dance, because the dog is understanding what he needs to do for his next dance steps. It's like you're the best partner ever, because you're making it so clear to the dog what the next step is, so nobody ever forgets their dance steps. Unless you do, then your dog and you are both struggling to figure out what's going on. So
now, did you say she has a book?
She has online classes in dog dancing on Facebook. She does not have a book. She is thinking about doing a book, but she really is so busy with her 4 dogs, and one of her dogs does have DM, degenerative myelopathy, her Corgi Checkers. And so that is, as you know, when you have a very senior or sick animal, a pretty much full-time job. Yeah. So we're getting to the end of our time here, and I just want to thank all of our listeners for joining us, and all of the guests that have been on my show for joining us. It has really been a privilege to have this opportunity to bring to the animal world and other listeners ideas of holistic therapy and complementary and alternative health, and ways that we and our animals can live in the world in a more peaceful way. And it's just been such a pleasure, Helena. How can people get in touch with you if they want to see more about what you do or learn more about the Beamer, for instance, that we've talked about a little bit?
Please have them either call me at 805-459-6387. They can email me at Pegasus, like the winged horse, Pegasus, U, N as in no, L, at yahoo.com. Or they can look up my website at healthsolutionswithhelena.com. That's health, Health, solutionswithhelena.com.
Great name for your website, because really you do provide solutions, and so many people that come to alternative therapies for years were people who had searched, conventional veterinary medicine, conventional feeding, conventional training, and they were not happy with the results. And so speaking to that holistic approach and healthful solutions is something that all the pet owners and people with, physical things themselves are searching. So, again, it's been such a privilege to have this opportunity to meet with the listeners here once a month, and to share with them some of the wonderful people that I've had in my life. So until we meet again, thanks for listening to Dr. Judy Morgan's Naturally Healthy Pets, and I'm your host, Sally Morgan, physical therapist for pets and people, and Dr. Judy Morgan's sister. These shows will be archived on DreamVision7Radio.com for a bit, and then we will see where they go from there. So thanks for joining us, everyone. It really has just been an honor and a pleasure to have hosted this show. So until next time, thank you very much.
That's all for today. Find more answers to your questions next time on Dr. Judy Morgan's Naturally Healthy Pets, every Monday and Tuesday at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Time by going to DreamVision7Radio.com. Join holistic veterinarian Dr. Judy to discover healthy options for raising your pets in a more holistic manner. Visit drjudymorgan.com to learn more.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.